Meaning of water polo, a team water sport where the objective is to score goals by throwing a ball into the opponent's net.
Example 1. The water polo match was intense, with both teams scoring multiple goals.
Example 2. She plays water polo for her university team.
Meaning of synchronized swimming, a sport that combines swimming, dance, and gymnastics, where swimmers perform synchronized routines in the water.
Example 1. The synchronized swimming team won gold for their flawless routine.
Example 2. Synchronized swimming requires excellent coordination and timing.
Meaning of triathlon, a multi-sport race consisting of swimming, cycling, and running, completed in immediate succession.
Example 1. She trained for months to compete in her first triathlon.
Example 2. The triathlon course was challenging, with a long swim, hilly bike ride, and marathon run.
Meaning of pentathlon, an athletic event comprising 5 different events, typically including fencing, swimming, equestrian show jumping, running, and shooting.
Example 1. The modern pentathlon is a true test of an athlete's versatility.
Example 2. He excelled in the fencing and swimming events of the pentathlon.
Meaning of decathlon, a combined event in athletics consisting of 10 track and field events, typically held over 2 days.
Example 1. The decathlon includes running, jumping, and throwing events.
Example 2. He trained hard to compete in the decathlon at the national championships.
Meaning of shot put, a track and field event where athletes throw a heavy spherical object as far as possible.
Example 1. Her shot put throw set a new school record.
Example 2. Shot put requires both strength and technique.
Meaning of javelin, a track and field event where athletes throw a spear-like object as far as possible.
Example 1. His javelin throw was the longest of the competition.
Example 2. The javelin must be thrown with precision and power.
Meaning of discus, a track and field event where athletes throw a heavy disc as far as possible.
Example 1. She won the discus event with a powerful throw.
Example 2. Discus requires both strength and a smooth spinning motion.
Meaning of hammer throw, a track and field event where athletes throw a heavy weight attached to a wire and handle as far as possible.
Example 1. The hammer throw is one of the most technical events in athletics.
Example 2. He practiced his hammer throw technique every day.
Meaning of high jump, a track and field event where athletes must jump over a horizontal bar placed at measured heights without knocking it down.
Example 1. She cleared the bar in the high jump with ease.
Example 2. The high jump requires a combination of speed, strength, and agility.
Meaning of long jump, a track and field event where athletes attempt to jump as far as possible from a takeoff point.
Example 1. His long jump was the best of the day, securing him first place.
Example 2. The long jump combines speed and power.
Meaning of pole vault, a track and field event where athletes use a pole to vault over a high bar.
Example 1. She set a new record in the pole vault at the championships.
Example 2. The pole vault requires both technique and courage.
Meaning of relay race, a track and field event in which teams of runners compete by running segments of a race, passing a baton from one runner to the next.
Example 1. The 4x100-meter relay race is always a crowd favorite.
Example 2. Relay races require excellent teamwork and timing.
Meaning of sprint, a short-distance running event in track and field, typically involving maximum speed over a short distance, such as 100 meters.
Example 1. He won the sprint with a time of under 10 seconds.
Example 2. Sprints are all about explosive speed.
Meaning of hurdles, a track event in which runners must jump over obstacles at intervals along the racetrack.
Example 1. She trained hard for the 100-meter hurdles.
Example 2. Hurdles require both speed and agility.
Meaning of steeplechase, a distance track event where athletes race over barriers and water jumps.
Example 1. The steeplechase is one of the most demanding events in track and field.
Example 2. He excelled in the steeplechase, especially the water jump.
Meaning of cross-country, a sport in which teams and individuals run a race on open-air courses over natural terrain.
Example 1. The cross-country race took the runners through fields and woods.
Example 2. Cross country is known for its challenging courses and varied terrain.
Meaning of track cycling, a bicycle racing sport usually held on specially built banked tracks or velodromes.
Example 1. Track cycling requires both speed and endurance.
Example 2. He competed in the sprint event in track cycling.
Meaning of velodrome, a sports arena with a banked track for cycling races.
Example 1. The velodrome was packed with fans watching the track cycling event.
Example 2. Racing in a velodrome is both exhilarating and challenging.
Meaning of BMX, a cycle sport performed on BMX bikes, either in competitive racing or freestyle events.
Example 1. He enjoys doing tricks on his BMX bike.
Example 2. BMX racing is fast-paced and exciting.
Meaning of mountain biking, a sport of riding bicycles off-road, often over rough terrain.
Example 1. Mountain biking through the forest trails was thrilling.
Example 2. He competes in mountain biking events every summer.
Meaning of road racing, a form of bicycle racing that takes place on paved roads, often covering long distances.
Example 1. He participated in a 100-mile road racing event.
Example 2. Road racing requires both stamina and strategic planning.
Meaning of endurance race, a type of race that tests the endurance of participants over a long distance or time period.
Example 1. The endurance race lasted for 24 hours.
Example 2. Endurance races require mental and physical toughness.
Meaning of freestyle, a category in swimming competitions where swimmers are free to use any stroke, typically the front crawl.
Example 1. He won the 100-meter freestyle race.
Example 2. Freestyle is often the fastest stroke in competitive swimming.
Meaning of backstroke, a swimming stroke performed on the back with an alternating arm stroke and a flutter kick.
Example 1. She excels in the backstroke.
Example 2. The backstroke is the only stroke done on the back in competitive swimming.
Meaning of breaststroke, a swimming stroke in which the swimmer is on their chest and the arms move in a half circle simultaneously while the legs perform a frog kick.
Example 1. The breaststroke is known for its unique and powerful kick.
Example 2. He prefers swimming breaststroke in competitions.
Meaning of butterfly, a swimming stroke where both arms move symmetrically, accompanied by a dolphin kick.
Example 1. The butterfly stroke is one of the most challenging in swimming.
Example 2. She set a personal record in the 200-meter butterfly.
Meaning of relay, a swimming race in which teams of swimmers each swim a segment of the race, passing on to the next teammate.
Example 1. The 4x100-meter freestyle relay is always an exciting event.
Example 2. Relay races require precise coordination among team members.
Meaning of open water swimming, a swimming discipline that takes place in outdoor bodies of water such as lakes, rivers, or oceans.
Example 1. Open water swimming presents challenges like waves and currents.
Example 2. She competed in a 5-kilometer open water swim.
Meaning of rowing, a sport where athletes race in boats using oars to propel themselves through the water.
Example 1. Rowing requires teamwork and precise coordination.
Example 2. She joined the rowing team in college.
Meaning of coxswain, the person who steers the boat and coordinates the power and rhythm of the rowers in rowing competitions.
Example 1. The coxswain played a crucial role in guiding the team to victory.
Example 2. The coxswain's calls kept the rowers in sync.
Meaning of sculling, a type of rowing where each rower uses 2 oars, one in each hand.
Example 1. Sculling requires great balance and coordination.
Example 2. She competed in the single sculls event.
Meaning of eights, a rowing event where a boat is propelled by 8 rowers, each with 1 oar, and steered by a coxswain.
Example 1. The eights race is often the highlight of rowing regattas.
Example 2. The team won the gold medal in the eights.
Meaning of 4-man bob, a bobsleigh event where a team of 4 athletes race down an ice track in a specially designed sled.
Example 1. The 4-man bob team achieved the fastest time of the day.
Example 2. The 4-man bob requires strength, speed, and precision.
Meaning of luge, a winter sport where an athlete or a pair of athletes ride a small sled down an ice track while lying on their back.
Example 1. The luge competition was thrilling to watch.
Example 2. Luge is one of the fastest and most dangerous winter sports.
Meaning of skeleton. A winter sliding sport where an athlete rides a small sled down an ice track while lying face down and head first.
Example 1. She competed in the skeleton event at the Winter Olympics.
Example 2. Skeleton requires both bravery and skill.
Meaning of bobsleigh. A winter sport where teams of 2 or 4 make timed runs down narrow, twisting, banked ice tracks in a gravity-powered sled.
Example 1. The bobsleigh team practiced daily in preparation for the Olympics.
Example 2. Bobsleigh is a thrilling and high-speed sport.
Meaning of curling. A sport in which players slide stones on a sheet of ice towards a target area.
Example 1. Curling is often described as chess on ice.
Example 2. The curling team practiced their stone placement strategy.
Meaning of figure skating. A sport where individuals, duos, or groups perform on figure skates on ice.
Example 1. Her figure skating routine was graceful and flawless.
Example 2. Figure skating combines athleticism with artistry.
Meaning of ice hockey. A fast-paced team sport played on ice where the objective is to score goals by hitting a puck into the opponent's net using a hockey stick.
Example 1. Ice hockey is one of the most popular sports in Canada.
Example 2. The ice hockey team practiced daily to improve their skills.
Meaning of speed skating. A competitive form of ice skating where competitors race each other in traveling a certain distance on skates.
Example 1. Speed skating requires both speed and endurance.
Example 2. She set a new record in the 500-meter speed skating event.
Meaning of Nordic combined. A winter sport in which athletes compete in both cross-country skiing and ski jumping.
Example 1. The Nordic combined is one of the most demanding winter sports.
Example 2. He excelled in the ski jumping portion of the Nordic combined.
Meaning of biathlon. A winter sport that combines cross-country skiing and rifle shooting.
Example 1. The biathlon requires both physical endurance and shooting accuracy.
Example 2. She won the biathlon by skiing fast and shooting accurately.
Meaning of slalom. A downhill skiing or snowboarding race where the skier must pass between poles or gates.
Example 1. She practiced slalom skiing to improve her speed and control.
Example 2. The slalom course was challenging, with sharp turns and steep slopes.
Meaning of Super G. A speed skiing event that combines the downhill speed with the giant slalom's precision, with wide-set gates.
Example 1. He competed in the Super G at the Winter Olympics.
Example 2. The Super G race requires both speed and technical skill.
Meaning of downhill. The fastest alpine skiing event, where athletes ski down a steep slope as quickly as possible.
Example 1. Downhill skiing is one of the most thrilling winter sports.
Example 2. She achieved her personal best time in the downhill race.
Meaning of ski jumping. A winter sport where athletes ski down a takeoff ramp, jump, and attempt to land as far as possible down the hill.
Example 1. Ski jumping is both exhilarating and terrifying.
Example 2. He trained for years to perfect his ski jumping technique.
Meaning of freestyle skiing. A skiing discipline that includes moguls, aerials, cross, halfpipe, and slopestyle.
Example 1. Freestyle skiing requires a mix of technical skill and creativity.
Example 2. She performed a stunning aerial in the freestyle skiing event.
Meaning of snowshoeing. A winter activity where participants wear special footwear to walk on snow-covered terrain.
Example, snowshoeing is a great way to explore snowy landscapes.
Example 2. They went snowshoeing in the mountains during their winter vacation.
Meaning of paragliding, a recreational and competitive adventure sport of flying paragliders, lightweight, free-flying, foot-launched glider aircraft.
Example 1. Paragliding offers a unique and thrilling way to see the landscape.
Example 2. He enjoys paragliding over the coastal cliffs.
Meaning of hang gliding, an air sport or recreational activity where a pilot flies a light, non-motorized foot-launched glider.
Example 1. Hang gliding over the mountains was an exhilarating experience.
Example 2. He took a course to learn the basics of hang gliding.
Meaning of bungee jumping, an activity that involves jumping from a tall structure while connected to a large elastic cord.
Example 1. She experienced an adrenaline rush during her first bungee jump.
Example 2. Bungee jumping off the bridge was both terrifying and thrilling.
Meaning of skydiving, the sport of jumping from an aircraft and performing acrobatic maneuvers in free fall before deploying a parachute.
Example 1. Skydiving is on the bucket list of many thrill seekers.
Example 2. He loved the rush of adrenaline from skydiving.
Meaning of parachuting, the action of descending by parachute from an aircraft.
Example 1. Parachuting is used both for recreation and as a military technique.
Example 2. They completed a tandem parachuting jump over the desert.
Meaning of base jumping, an extreme sport where participants jump from fixed objects and use a parachute to break their fall.
Example 1. Base jumping off cliffs is a popular activity for thrill seekers.
Example 2. Base jumping is considered one of the most dangerous extreme sports.
Meaning of windsurfing, a water sport that combines elements of surfing and sailing, using a board with an attached sail.
Example 1. Windsurfing is both challenging and exhilarating.
Example 2. She took lessons to improve her windsurfing skills.
Meaning of kitesurfing, a water sport that uses a kite to pull a rider on a small surfboard or a kiteboard across the water.
Example 1. Kitesurfing is popular on windy beaches.
Example 2. He mastered the basics of kitesurfing after several attempts.
Meaning of paddleboarding, a water sport in which participants stand on a board and use a paddle to propel themselves through the water.
Example 1. Paddleboarding is a great way to enjoy calm waters.
Example 2. She enjoys paddleboarding on the lake during the summer.
Meaning of snorkeling, swimming on or through water with a diving mask, a shaped breathing tube called a snorkel, and usually fins.
Example 1. Snorkeling allows you to explore underwater life close to the surface.
Example 2. They went snorkeling in the coral reefs during their vacation.
Meaning of scuba diving, a mode of underwater diving where the diver uses a self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, scuba, to breathe underwater.
Example 1. Scuba diving offers an immersive experience in exploring marine life.
Example 2. She became certified in scuba diving to explore deeper underwater environments.